Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Today's session is on Kubernetes versus Docker. So choosing the right tool. So in this presentation, we'll explore two of the most essential technologies in modern DevOps world, understand their differences and learn when to use each one effectively. Okay, let's dive into it. So before going to that one, to start, let's set the stage by asking a fundamental question. So why do we even need tools like a Docker and Kubernetes? Okay, is it the right question to ask? Okay, just take a minute and think about it. Why Docker or a Kubernetes is really required in our modern application development? So the answer is the modern applications have become more complex, requiring portability, scalability, and at the same time the efficient resource utilization. So that's where the Docker and Kubernetes come into the picture. So together they revolve. What they can do, as you know, like Docker, how you can do the build, ship, and manage the applications. So as I said in my previous videos, if you want to build an application and to deploy that application, it will take so much of amount of time, and at the same time, the respect to application which we developed on the one OS, it will not work for the other OS. So that type of issues were happening in my olden days. That's where the image concept, container concept, and the Docker evolved a bit. So Docker is one of the tool, but it's like one of the tool. We have so many tools like a partner, and we have container D. So there are different types of tools which are working on the containerization concept. Okay, why we choose Docker only? Okay, so there are so many tools that depends upon again the choice and project demands. Okay, and these tools are not actually competitors. Okay, and but these two will complementary technologies which we can use in our projects. Okay, and today we are going to clear out the all the confusions we have it for the on the Docker and the Kubernetes. Okay, so but I just want to start a point before starting my video. Like these two are not rivals. Docker and Kubernetes are not rivals. They are working each other hand to hand to make your application getting deployed and run further. Okay, let's jump into it. And before starting this video, I just want to ask you, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel to provide this type of content on Kubernetes and Docker perspective. So first thing, what is Docker? Okay, so what is a Docker? So as I said, like Docker, it's just first understand Docker. Docker is a platform that enables developers to create, deploy, and run applications inside a lightweight containers. That means these containers package the application and its dependencies together, ensuring that it runs consistently across different environments. For example, think of it as a way to ensure it works on any mission, truly works everywhere. As I said, right, we can develop that application on top of one OS that will not support other OS. So this type of confusions will happen. And the image, as you know, the application build will have a more storage. When you convert that into an image, the storage will get reduced. So this type of benefits, so many benefits were there when we convert that into a image pattern. Okay, that is one. And also, Docker also simplifies the development process by eliminating environment-related inconsistencies. That's what I said in before. So it has become the backbone of your containerization in the software world. Okay, that is the main use of the Docker. Okay, as I simplified, I just want to tell you like it is very easy to create an image, and you can build the image and you can run the container. So it's very easy to use when you start using Docker. Okay, there are so many tools again. I don't want to touch other tools. Okay, but only Docker for now because the beginners just want to understand about what is containerization. Docker is a good start. So coming to the next one, Kubernetes. So when you understand Docker, let's understand about the Kubernetes also. So now let's shift to Kubernetes. Like the Kubernetes, also known as I said, K8s. It's an open source container orchestration platform. While Docker helps create and run the containers, Kubernetes is responsible for managing them to scale. That means you are developing an image and you are running your container, or you are bringing up the application in the Docker side. But at the same time, if you want to scale up your application at a stretch, and if you want to manage those applications at a scale, Kubernetes can help you a lot. And also, it provides features like load balancing, auto scaling, self healing, and rolling updates, which will ensure your containers applications are always available and performant. Yes, it's essentially the brain behind managing the containers in your production environment. That's the beauty of the Kubernetes. So both are like hand to hand work each other and provide your application to be run and healthy. Okay. So just an example I have given here, Kubernetes is like a traffic control for your container ships, whether that um, particular containers is happening, container is running, images are getting deployed. So many things will be taken care by the Kubernetes. So the key differences between this Docker and Kubernetes is like at this point, you might be wondering, are Docker and Kubernetes are competitors? No, because they are, as I said, they are complementing each other. Docker only focuses on building and running containers, while Kubernetes focuses on managing containers in a cluster. And also at the same time, while Docker can run standalone containers, Kubernetes needs containers, typically created by Docker to orchestrate and manage. And the differences between these two, as I said, like the scope, Docker only focuses on creating and running the containers, and at the same side, the Kubernetes is only focused on the orchestration. The complexity, Docker is very simple and ideal for your development also, and Kubernetes is little complex but necessary for your production environment. Scaling, you can use a Docker swarm. That's one of the concept in Docker. Like when you think Kubernetes, the advanced version of Docker swarm, I can say Kubernetes. Okay, you can do the same thing in the Docker environment using Docker Swarm. I'll record a video for that next about Docker Swarm. And at the same time, Kubernetes offers more robust scaling with advanced features like auto scaling. So networking, Kubernetes provides a unified networking model where Docker relies on simple networking setups. So that's the differences between the Docker and Kubernetes. I'm letting pause for a moment to understand and take the, digest those things and all for a bit. Now, question is, whoever watching this video, this is a question to you. So when to use Docker? Okay. So Docker is actually ideal for, as I said, local development, testing, and small scale deployments. And it's a lightweight, fast, and easy to set up. For example, if you are a developer working on a microservices, which Docker allows you to containerize your service and share it with the team seamlessly. It's just make use of your testing on time, and you can do the testing. That's it done for the development perspective. Whereas when it comes to, and you can ask a question like when to use Kubernetes. So on the other hand, Kubernetes shines when you need to manage multiple containers across many nodes. And it is essential for production environment where high availability, scalability, and load balancings are critical. Just for an instance, if your application serves millions of users and requires 24 by 7 uptime, Kubernetes can ensure your containers are running efficiently with failovers and redundancy. So that's the beauty of managing the Kubernetes. Let's go to that, how these two can work together, right? So absolutely, it's very breeze, and here is the magic will happen. So the Docker and Kubernetes are not rivals, as I said, they are partners. So you can use Docker to containerize your application, just mark my words, Docker can use to containerize your application and Kubernetes to manage those containerized applications as a containers at a scale. Okay, it will use that containers and it can scale those. So this is the combination offers at the best of both worlds, and simplicity during development and robustness is the production. Okay, that's the thing. And if you want to understand the real world scenario about how it is happening, you know there are so many times we can do it in the, if you are doing a building a small application. So during the development, you can use Docker to create containers and test your application locally. So building that image is the important one. And as you move to the production, Kubernetes can help you to deploy, monitor, and scale the application, ensuring high availability for users. So this workflow is common in any organization, combining the strengths of both the tools. So technically, if you want to deploy, if you want to create an application, nowadays when you're using Docker, you have to create an image using a Docker file. And once the image is done, you need to bring up that image using a containers. So once the container started running, you can deploy these containers into the Kubernetes and you can use it further. So Kubernetes will take care of the scale up, monitoring, everything. So that's why it is a very efficient, scalable, and resilient applications will get resulted into the future. And coming to the conclusion that, so both the tools, to wrap up this one, like the choice between the Docker and Kubernetes is not an either or decision. It's about understanding their roles. So Docker simplifies the creation and sharing of containers, while Kubernetes provides the orchestration needed to scale them. Together, they empower modern DevOps practices and enable faster, more reliable software delivery. So that's why that's at the end of this video. And thank you for joining the session. I hope this give you a clear understanding of Docker, Kubernetes, and how to choose the right tool for your needs. If you have any questions, feel to ask. I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.